Hey guys, and welcome to Adventure Prone 4x4. On today's episode we are going to be installing a return to center slash steering damper on a D22 Navara. We've got a Tough Dog one to install, so let's jump straight in. So a return to center slash steering damper is designed to take the shim out of driving, so hitting bumps, things like that. It's supposed to take that kind of shim that shim feel out of the steering. Also, the return to center aspect, obviously, that is going to help correct your steering when you let go of your wheel. So, now this should be a relatively easy installation, but not holding my breath, things can go wrong at the click of a finger, so let's just see how it goes. Now the Tough Dog kit comes with everything that you guys need to install it. It comes with the damper, it comes with the coil, it comes with the bracket as well for the D22 Navara. And it comes with instructions as well, which are going to help us to fit it correctly. I actually did heaps of online searching, going, oh, you know, God, how do I put one of these things on, only to get to the bottom of the box and go, there's instructions. So check your box, there are instructions in the bottom if you've got the same model as mine. So let's go show you guys what's in the box, and I'm going to show you guys how I've prepped my car for this, in terms of how I've gotten it ready for me to work on it. So because we are working on the steering today, I've taken the wheels off to relieve any pressure from the steering system. Now, I've got a jack stand there and there. Now those are my first 2 points of contact. That's what's holding everything up. I've got two just in case underneath that are like that close to being under pressure. And I've also got a tyre on each side underneath the chassis rail. Safety first when you are working particularly underneath a car. If anything goes wrong and you're underneath it, that's a big ouch. So what's in the box? This is the box, and I've already torn it apart, having a look at everything so that I know what I'm actually in for. So Tough Dog 3 in, like a giant Tough Dog sticker. Those there are your instructions. You've got your warranty card. Get that back up off the ground. Now never mind, hey. You've got, so that there is the actual damper itself. So this part connects to the drag link, and that part connects to the bracket. Now obviously, that is the bracket. I'll show you guys where that attaches to the car. And you've got those two U-bolts that attach that to the drag link. This here, which goes on the coil and the shock, and they throw you in an Allen key as well. I hate Allen keys. And that's everything that's in the box. So everything that you should need to do this is going to be just basic hand tools. You shouldn't need anything fancy. If there is, I'll let you know later on in the video, but it should all be just basic hand tools. So first up, we're going to go underneath, and we're going to put the bracket on, and I'm going to show you guys where to put that and how to put it on. So basically, it's in the exact opposite spot as the idler arm brace that we installed a couple of weeks ago. That's on the passenger side, but this time, where we're putting the bracket is on the driver's side, and it's pretty well the same bolt formation, just on the other side. So I'll go underneath and show you guys that now. So firstly, if I can recommend anything to make this a little easier, it would be to get yourself a creeper, not the weird next door type, a garage creeper, because shuffling around on your shoulders sucks. So to show you guys where this goes, I'm going to use my nifty little eBay light. So the bolts that you need to remove are the top, this one, and this one. Now you need to loosen these two, and you only need to remove that bottom one. So loosen, remove, because the bracket, once we get that one in, we should just be able to slide that one in like that. So loosen, remove. Let's go. So now the best way that I have found, or the way that I'm doing this, is now it's also a lot easier to do all this, particularly the idler arm brace as well, but to take these bolts off here, if you've gotten rid of the tyre, you can do it without removing the tyre, but it is so much easier to just have a little bit of space to move. So the way that I am doing this, so find the bolt, that one, Now you'll see the spanner underneath is going to move. There we are. And use your other hand to keep tension on. Yep, so that's far enough. I'm just going to undo this one as well. And we'll skip straight through the part so you guys don't need to see that. Just to let you guys know, if I could do this again, I'd do it with an air compressor. There we go. Oh, bloody hell, really too good. Alright, so I've loosened off these two. Taken off that last one. Wrong way, idiot. 1, 2. There we go. And I'm just going to pop that nut back on. Okay, so now I'm just going to go through and I'm just going to tighten that up. I'll just tighten all those bolts. I'm going to replace the spring washer on that one too, because I did kind of bust it up when I was undoing it. It's obviously been there a while. Okay, so what you've got to do, and I've already put this together because it took me a little while to figure it out, but I'm going to tell you guys what you have to do now. Because I read the instructions wrong and I up, so to avoid you guys doing the same, here's what you have to do. You have to measure halfway up the strut, like halfway through its stroke, leave a mark there, then mark where the bottom of the coil sits, and then mark, what you need to do is then measure the distance between the bottom of the coil and the bottom of this bracket. So then you need, when you install the bracket, you need to make sure that it's installed on that line there. So all you've got to do is just mark the little line across, install this little brace or whatever it is. But essentially, yeah, you've got to put that on there. Hit it on with a soft blow hammer, a soft blow mallet or something, or if you've got a vice grip, you can just tighten it until it's nice and firm. But yeah, and then you just kind of twist the coil on, and it kind of locks in a little bit down the bottom there. So that's all done. That's put together. So let's jump back underneath and put it on the car. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this through that little hole. Alright, so that's that kind of loosely in. Okay, so didn't realise that my battery went flat while I was doing that last bit. Not to worry, that was probably, literally all you missed was me doing up some bolts. So not really big issue there. I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is what you missed out on. So you pretty well just missed out on me tightening up those and just tightening up that end nut as well that you can see in there. And that's literally all you guys missed out on. And that should be everything done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, put my tyres back on, and I'm going to take it for a test run. Let's get to it. I'm excited. So we're about to go for the first drive with it on. Yeah, let's go see what it does. See how much of a difference it makes. Ooh. Howdy. Alright, this is really quite floaty. And it seems to take a little bit of stress off, which is kind of nice. But the return to center function's really quite nice. My alignment's probably a little bit out. These roads are absolute rubbish. But yeah, there you go, that's going perfectly straight. How good's that? And hard turn. Cool. That feels really nice. Like I said, that's just really soft and really comfortable. So where I am, there's heaps of little bumps in the road, and you can pretty well feel that in the suspension. In the steering. Like the D22s are, not having one of these from factory. They're pretty rough to drive, really. But a couple bumps there. Even the little bumps, it really takes it out of the little bumps. You don't even know that they're there anymore. Cool. Very happy with that. Let's go back home. It's good. It's comfortable. I like it. It's really comfortable. Hey guys, just quickly wanted to recap going through and editing the footage, and I'm realizing that this is becoming a bit of a habit. But I wanted to quickly clear up that it sounds like I'm referring to the ride as really floaty. It kind of sounds like I'm referring to the suspension, but I'm referring to the steering. One thing to remember is that a steering damper is not a suspension component, it is a steering component. So although it sounds like I'm referring to the ride as really floaty and soft, I'm referring to the way that the steering wheel, it doesn't jolt as much when you hit bumps and things like that. It's designed to minimize how much you feel those impacts, and the return to center dampers particularly come into their own when you're aired down and in low range. But even on high speeds and things like that, it just takes those little jolts and it takes the shim out of the steering when you are hitting bumps and things like that. So just quickly wanted to clear that up because going through it sounded like I was talking suspension. Remember, this is not a suspension component, it is a steering component. So guys, one thing I didn't mention before is that if you're looking to get one of these, you can get them from Signature Spares and Performance. If you're in the Aussie Navara, Aussie 4-wheel drive Navara D22 page on Facebook, you can actually, Craig Noswell, he actually services the page quite a lot, and he'll direct you to his page, which is Signature Spares and Performance. Craig, like I said, Craig does a fantastic job, so be sure to, if you are looking for one of these, be sure to head over to Craig's website. And really nice guy, he'll help you out with anything that you need. You can get them from other places. 4-Wheel Drive 1 also sell them as well, probably a couple of stores that do. But like I said, I would recommend go to Craig at Signature Spares and Performance, and he will hook you guys up and look after you. And so guys, that's pretty well the end of the video. If you liked that video, don't forget to like, subscribe, there's plenty more coming up. The next one that I'm yet to do, not edit, but actually install, is a winch, so stay tuned for that, but there's plenty more coming up. We've got a trip coming up to Coffs Harbour, which will be excellent. Really looking forward to that. But like I said, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, I'll throw my Snapchat in there as well. I'll leave a link to go find Craig's page, Signature Spares and Performance, in the bottom below. And I will hopefully see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.